And so with the beginnings of the Khan grew and blossomed into some of the things or all of the things actually that I'm going to share with you. It's a very easy to navigate website, very intuitive, but the main features of the website are to practice a concept or to watch instructional videos. And I'll show you an example of an instructional video for simple math.
Root. So 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. And we also saw that that's the exact same thing as if we add 2 plus 3. And I think that makes sense because this is the same thing as starting with maybe you have 2 lemons and you add 3 lime to it. You're still going to end up with 5 pieces of fruit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just like that. So it doesn't matter what order you add in, you're still going to get 5. And this way of thinking about addition I view as the counting way of thinking about addition. The other thing we saw in the last video is a number line version, and they're essentially the same thing. So we can draw a line. And all a number line is it lists all of the numbers in order. It lists all the numbers, and you can actually go as high as you need to go. You can go up to a million, gazillion, trillion. We won't do that. I wouldn't have space or time in this video to do it. And you actually can go as low as possible. We'll start at 0.
So you can see the videos really are visual and show the kids graphically, or how much the way that we would do it if we used our Elmo projectors or document projectors, using manipulatives, and the commenting and the instruction is fairly light. It's not real heavy-handed, not overly serious, and there's been some criticism of how he maybe uses the incorrect vocabulary in math instruction and those types of things, but I think it's been somewhat overblown. I think he does a great job of explaining concepts in different ways and making it interesting for the kids. So beyond watching the video, and the great resource of that, or the great benefit of that, is that the kids can repeat the exercise. If they don't understand, they really can watch and rewatch and practice until they get it. This is an example of a knowledge map, and so the kids would start at the concept that they want to practice. In this case, we started with addition and subtraction, and once they have mastered those concepts within that knowledge bubble, if you will, they can move on to related maps, related skills, and move their way through the math concepts. It has a graphic representation of what the kids have learned, what they've tackled, and the real power of the Khan Academy is when you set up a classroom and your kids are practicing concepts that you've put them on, and it gives them feedback as well as you to see how they're doing. The coaching part is really an important part of the Khan Academy, and if you want to set up your classes, or a few of your classes maybe that don't have access to Alex in your math program, this is a great tool to substitute for that. And it's not just for students. I mentioned the criticisms that Khan has received, certainly overblown, I guess I would say, but they have helped myself as well. I'll just share you an example. If you've ever been in front of a classroom and you come across a concept that you are not explaining very well, in this case it was, for me, it was explaining exponents that have the power to 0, why those exponents at 1. And the hot sweat started, and the uncomfortable feeling that the teacher doesn't get it in front of the room quickly came upon me when I couldn't explain it other than I just knew it as a rule, but I wasn't explaining it very well and how to teach it. So I went to the Khan Academy and found an exponent video. In a very intuitive way, he explains why a exponent with a number with the power to 0 is 1.
See, completely intuitive view at first is when I raise something to the 0 power. So let's say I had
he goes on to explain how that works, and I used his graphical his way of explaining it to the kids, and the kids instantly got it, and so it was helpful to me as well. Like I said, the coaching part of Khan is a great resource, and if you want to set up your class, I'd be happy to help you with that. Before we conclude today, I just want to share our, not official yet, we haven't rolled it out to the staff, but I have created a Common Core website. There's so many conversations in the lunchroom and the hallway, with our grade level partners about resources that we're finding as we transition to Common Core, and I thought it might be useful if we come up with a central location where we could all access everybody's tools that they're using for that transition. And so the LaSalle Common Core website is up, and I ask for your feedback on that if it's something that you find useful, and then we can add to it so that everything that we're all using and the different spots we're finding information or sharing documents between each of us, not only within our grade level but teachers on both floors and throughout the building might find it useful, and so I included that in your feedback survey today. I'd like to thank you for coming. I hope that you have found a couple of things that you readily use and jump right into and help your students and help you save some time in regards to these math resources. If you'll take a few moments and complete the anonymous survey that I'll send to you in email, I appreciate your feedback so that we can refine and improve future Tech Tuesday sessions. You can always find me on Twitter at YourKidsTeacher. I also have my blog up. I just finished a series on homework. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. And if you would, just take some time to finish the survey that I sent you separately. Thanks for coming. You guys have a great day.